Keep remembering, Brian's very anaesthetised. He doesn't feel feelings the way you do, except an enormous degree of self-pity and real despair can be there. But having honest truth from you may be appearing to hurt him, but it's really more about sadness. He needs to know that you're no longer going to be used and abused.
It's still 3 days before Brian's intervention. First, the team must assemble for a rehearsal, where Brian's role is played by addictions counsellor Adrian Lee.
Can say to him.
Father Jeff, the family priest, is also present.
You said to start with the most recent. I left you in charge of the children. Sorry, I left you in charge of the children that went on tour. You said you could manage. They knew better. We planned Topaz's 5th birthday party. The day came, the car wouldn't start, you went for a drink. I had to find another car, play Happy Mummy, take them myself, and drop them off later in the afternoon all round Wimbledon. Coming home in the dark, Topaz questioned me as to whether Papa loved her. Optimistic outlook died on the 29th of February 1996. Because you weren't there, I had to make the decisions to call the vet, arrange the funeral, pick the children from 3 different places, and spend the last night cuddling him. I never even remembered a prayer at the last moment. I was so tired. And for this, I cannot forgive myself still. I read your travel journal the other day. I know I can never stop loving you. And how I need your courage, understanding and love. Just get better. Not for 6 months or a year, but forever.
Thank you, Penny. Do you want to just say what? Is it just the whole thing that's getting you down, or is it hearing what your mummy said?
I don't know. Well, I can remember a time when I went on a tour of British Isles with you, and I was about 12, and I think we were in Edinburgh, and we went shopping during the day, and you bought me lots of presents that Mummy would never have bought me, and I felt that we were really special together. And then we went back to the hotel room, and I got changed for dinner, and you went off to sort something out with your group, and you came back and you were drunk, and then I said, I'm going down to dinner, are you coming? And you said no. And I went down to dinner and I said who I was, and they thought I was the tour manager. And then I sat down to dinner on my own and came back up, and you were lying drunk on the bed. And I was scared that if you'd want me to go away and that you didn't love me. And then you went out, and I don't know what time you came back, but the next day, I know the tourist said to the driver they'd seen you drunk, and we had to make up excuses for why you were, that it was up to you if you wanted to get drunk, these things happen, I felt really hurt that you could make me have to make excuses up on your job, on your work, something that was supposed to be a holiday for me, something special. And you didn't treat me like that.
Well done.
Marissa, has anything changed from when we started that you feel you might be able to say something?
I don't know what I want to say.
I can't hear you, sorry.
I don't know what I want to say.
At this point you still don't know. It's all right. Please don't feel pressured or that you have to. It's just great having you there. And I know how anxious you're feeling about it. Topaz, would you like to read yours?
The most recent event, which knows my visit vividly with me, is when you turned up to our house and threatened that you were going to break every window in the house. And later on it progressed into like an argument with in the kitchen, and it ended with the breaking of glass. And all three of us were upstairs wondering what the hell was going on. We didn't know what was happening. And so Joe phoned the police, and when they arrived, you were arrested for breach of the peace. When you were released the day after, I was scared that you were going to come back, and I didn't know what you were going to do. When I was 9 years old and I went on tour with you around Scotland, you came up with a beer in your hand, but you thought I was asleep. And I've written in my diary, on my file facts, that you'd had a drink, and you'd read it, and I came back and you accused me of being a traitor. And I felt guilty and I let you down, when in fact you were the guilty one, and you let me down.
From now on, he has to take responsibility for his illness. You as a family are now saying, we are not taking responsibility for your illness anymore, but you're also giving him the belief that he can do it. If he does go on drinking, it's because he can't face recovery. He'd rather go on doing what he's doing, and as a human being, we have to ultimately respect that.